Hello, my name is Musonda Mlundu Chipampata, and I just wanted to do another video blog on the same subject of bipolar. However, now I'm focusing more on the stigma that's associated to not only bipolar but any depression related diseases or mental illnesses, as per se, especially here in Africa. Basically, what I wanted to talk about was the fact that most families isolate the children from society, from mainstream society, because they just don't know what to do. They don't understand what's going on in the person's mind. They do get help from the hospital, whereas some of them prefer dumping the person with mental institutions where they just leave them there and visit them there, because to be honest with you, it's not something that is easy to understand or even to experience. So you need to really have extremely understanding family. You need to have supportive people, understanding people, open-minded people, people that will basically be able to understand what is happening. Obviously, without any form of education about the person's condition, it makes it extremely difficult. And in a way, I don't blame them. I can speak for myself, even though I do have the condition. Over the years, I've actually doubted myself in many situations, and it's been very difficult for me to even associate with people, or to kind of like fit back into mainstream society at times, because I just felt like I did not belong in certain times. I've kind of like shied away from most friendships, relationships that I've had in the past and things like that, because of the same thing. So if the person who's going through the condition can go through something like that, then how much more will it be for those who are observing the person? It must be a lot more confusing. Anyway, another point that I wanted to raise was the fact that there's different levels to this condition. I mean, conditions. Let me not only speak about bipolar. There's some people have extreme bouts to this disorder or disorders, because what happens to them is they are so far gone, but they're still conscious of what is happening around them. Because their senses are really alerted. Like, I'll give you an example. Once I was going through psychosis, or just a minor, you know, series of psychosis. I was just about to relapse, and I tried watching a movie called Deadpool. This happened last year. Now the graphics on in the movie, there's a lot of fighting scenes. There's a lot of high-speed chases. There's a lot of car crashes and all that stuff. So what happens when you're in psychosis basically is your senses are like multiplied. They're not the way they would be like now. They're 10 times or even 20 times more active. So the graphics in the movie, to me, if it's just a scene of a crash, you know, when the metal tears on the vehicles and things like that, I could literally see the metal tearing, and I could see pieces of it flying. This has got nothing to do with any um, technology or any, how can I put it, effects that you can see on a screen. This seems so real that it's very difficult to contain. Mm. So I couldn't watch the movie basically when I was in that state. So what I did a few weeks later, when I was back back to normal, when I had calmed myself down and I was feeling a lot better, is I watched the movie again, and it seemed just normal. It just seemed like just a normal movie. Yes, there were chases, there were fights, and all that stuff, but it didn't affect me in the same way. So, those are the type of things that are extremely difficult to explain to someone. Like if you tell them, look, when I'm watching this movie, the effects are 10 times more effective, and they're disturbing me. They don't understand at all, because they have to experience it. They have to see it through the eyes of the person that is going through it. So that's just one of the examples I can think of now. But then the main purpose of this video is literally to raise awareness. I sent out a few tweets to various people, just to try and get my voice heard, and to try and help those people that are probably sitting at home, nursing themselves with a condition. Yes, they're medicated, but they function. But because their families are afraid to more or less get embarrassed by the fact that the child suffers from something. It's not really an embarrassment. It's really something that you cannot do anything about. It just happens. I can't explain too many details why. I mean, it's a combination of so many variables. Psychiatrists themselves are still trying to figure it out. Even when you go to see them, they ask you questions, and then they always suggest things as well. They'll ask you things like, "Are you hearing voices?" So to them, when you say you are hearing voices, maybe it registers as, "Oh, he's probably in psychosis at the moment, so I better diagnose this and this pill for him to calm him down." Whereas when we're told that, when we're probably saying that we're hearing voices, it just depends on the type of voices you hear. Because yes, there are times where you can imagine certain people, even famous people, speaking to you and things like that, telling you to do this, that, and the other. Yeah, there's stages of it that actually happen like that, if I recall, and I'm going to be honest. There are things that push you to doing all kinds of things whilst you're going through psychosis. So, for instance, if you had been watching a particular movie or listening to a particular song by a particular artist, and when you're in psychosis, that artist will come alive, and they will be the ones cheering you on, and they'll tell you, they'll encourage you basically to do that. So because your mind is not where it's supposed to be at the time, what's going to happen is you'll act out all the things that you're being asked to do. So if that's what they call hearing voices, it's a bit more complex than that. It's not as simple as it's made out to seem. Hearing voices sounds like you're sitting there and voices are just talking to you and just going crazier and crazier. It's a bit more detailed than that. It's not really simple to explain. So I believe there's a lot that's being done. Yes, there's a lot that's been done in the past, but I still believe it's not enough. Because even when people explain themselves, they don't express themselves to the core. You need to really get down to the core and understand why such things happen, and most of us who have been through various levels are able to maybe endure. Like, I'm fortunate in the fact that I snap in and out of it pretty quickly. When I'm in it, it's deep. It's like really horrible. When I'm out of it, like I'm feeling right now, I'm perfectly fine. I can function very normally. It's like I don't even have the condition at all. See, so it's very difficult to explain this but I do my best. I try and explain it the way a child would try and understand it, just so that those out there who don't have the power to do it can understand. you know So yeah, basically this video was just for that, to raise awareness, and also to get people out there that are scared, you know, confused, or still in maybe the minor phases of their condition, to you know, to know that there's help out there. You know, we will together, we can sort this thing out. You know, that's all basically I needed to say. Thanks a lot for your time, and have a good day.